Bloxburg is super cooked after this video is out and posted. There's a new game gonna be coming out on Roblox called Blueprints. I've done shorts about it, but I'm like, well, Bloxburg's seen great days. But once this Blueprints game is out, it's gonna be very popular, kind of like a mild GTA 6 release. Anywho, if Bloxburg wants to dominate, they would have to lock in. So I was thinking about a banking system and an island system. So obviously, this island could be uh, let's say 1,000 blocks wide. So 1,000 of these squares right here wide. So 1,000 by 1,000, right? And it could be a community build, so players could go into this island of such nature and build a city of their own. Now, how would it save? I guess someone would have to be the dominant player that's always on, and then they just build a city. And then with this banking system, players could have a bank, right? And they throw in their money. So I have just under 300k, and they can have an interest rate on that savings account, so it grows over time. It could be on Bloxburg time or IRL time. Hold on, I gotta shut the door. And this could deeper dive into passives. Like I have premium, right? So if you have premium, the interest rate on your savings account growing over time could be, instead of 2 times the money, it could be 3.75 or 4 times money, interest, daily, hourly, whatever. However Bloxburg feels they can decide on that, which they can choose obviously. And then loans. If you're premium, you could get a loan up to 5 mil, let's say. And if you're not premium, you could get a loan up to 1 mil, 800k, whatever Bloxburg decides. And then the interest rate can go, so you pay 800k, right? Interest on that could be 1%, 2%, whatever. And the money from the interest will go into the other player's bank account. So if you have a bank account with a savings or whatnot, that money from players getting loans to build whatever they want to build. And yeah, type sheet. Anywho, that is one way Bloxburg could lock in. They can do large monthly updates on top of their weekly updates, which is they're gonna need after this Blueprints game comes out. I'm gonna show you this. It's like very interesting. Yeah, so that's how that money can be money. Anywho, if you're premium with a loan up to 5 mil, interest rates could be obviously 3 of them randomized between certain numbers. But if you're premium, they're a lot lower than if you're not premium, right? Which would be epic. So it saves you money, and then if you have money into that, anywho, how could they continue the loan? So obviously, not every Bloxburg player plays every day, not every consistent hour. So they could say, have a bank account that's for the loan, and you put a certain amount of money in that loan that can give you an amount of time on paying it, if that makes sense. Like, you put 100k in, and that gives you X amount of dates of you playing or not playing to have that continue getting paid off. Obviously, if you do it, don't play in a year, and if it just poofs. Yeah. Obviously, it can be a cap on that, but it's not hard to make money in this game. Just deliver pizza, taxi job, whatever you want to do. But that is one way Bloxburg can lock in and dominate. What else is there? For the islands I was talking about, I feel like players would want to be able to build a city of their own and have other players play in it too. Because obviously you have your Bloxburg city, but think about it. There are many terrains that players would want to enjoy and build in. Mountain, farm. You know, if you have a farm, you want to be over 50 blocks wide and stuff. What else? There's city, Bloxburg could have had a lot in the city for players to do their city builds, which is pretty cool. There's lots of those city builds. I don't know what this player's doing. I'm gonna say yo. Anywho, it's got lots of potential. Obviously, it needs to be thought out a little bit more, but that's just an idea that Bloxburg can do. Like a community building thing. Players build whatever they want to play. They pay the green money of such nature. This guy wants to see my house, so I'm just gonna load it in. I'm gonna say sup. Anywho, I think that'd be very cool because obviously, if you got a loan on 5 mil because you have premium or whatnot, you could easily build your own city that players could play in such nature. I have to pay my $11,000 in bills. Obviously, Bloxburg needs to update their basic shape sizes and stuff and add in a billion more things in order to be competing with newer games that come out. And color system's fine and all that, and then all the textures are pretty fine. But for the most part, you go into Publix and you want to do that build, but you can't do that build because maybe that iron beam, let's see if I can do that. Structural. I just want this I-beam. Okay, I'm just gonna place this. Oh my god, where do I put? Oh. Why? So how big can it? Oh, that is thick. So obviously you can make this a certain size, but I don't see an arrow to make it longer. That is called inconvenience, right? Like, look at this. They have lots of potential, but they need to like really lock in. You can only make it up or wider, which is inconvenient for this one. So let's try this one and see if we can make it longer. This is not big enough. You see what I mean? So anywho, that's what I'm saying. Bloxburg really needs to add in a new lighting system that can do cool stuff. They just really need to lock in. Bloxburg's a great game. They just need to lock in. With this island theory, you can allow players to put in money, claim a certain area to build whatever they want to build. Obviously, you can approve it or reject it. And if you don't like it, because they're a newbie, let's say, being a noob or whatnot, then you can just delete them and then you just get a refund or whatnot. So yeah. What else? That's about it. A banking system and a island that players can go to with bigger space to build on, with different terrain. So maybe they want to have a mountain in there, right? And they want to have a walkout basement, because you do this. I'm gonna switch again. But your basement is just a pit. No one wants a pit. Maybe they want an angled basement that goes like an angled basement of such nature. So yeah, watch. Basement. See, maybe they want this to be their basement, but maybe they want a mountain to be up higher, right? So obviously they'll need that wall here, but maybe they want half that mountain right here to be up high and then starts going down, half a mountain going up and then starts going down, kind of like on an angle. Maybe they just want the whole land from like this coordinate right here to be going down at a slope, and then it just walks out even more and more, because no one wants a pit in their basement. They want to do a walkout basement and stuff. So that's a island possibility. This island again can be 1,000 blocks wide, so that's what, 10,000 blocks total, which is plenty of room. 1,000, wow, that's going to be like a 50-year project. But anywho, I think that's about it for this video. If you think Bloxburg needs to do this, let them know, because again, they gotta lock in. I think a banking system with loans and compound interest on savings would be great. of such nature. And then you can use your money right here to get more of this, so you don't have to spend more Robux on stuff. The goal is just to have fun with the game and not be broke because of the game. Maybe someone wants to build a house up there or whatever. So yeah, that's about it. If you agree, subscribe. If you don't, subscribe. If you have other ideas that you think Bloxburg should do, go to their Discord and throw it in their idea thing. But I'm just gonna make a video about it because it's easier to talk about it, explain, than typing it. Typing takes too long. Anyway, bye.